Hi everyone, and welcome to any new drivers that have joined us recently. I'm just putting this video together to try and explain how the taxi rank is going to look like at the Wellington airport from the 1st of November. This is a date that the new format will start, and there is a bit of change on how this is going to operate. First of all, there are 4 sections. Well, for the purposes of this video, the first lanes that you see when you first drive into the airport is the outer taxi pin, which has 7 lanes. The second area is the inner pen, which has only 4 lanes. And then we have the feeder lane, which is a single lane and which apparently only has 12 spaces. And then you have the on-demand taxi rank, which is the space in front of the airport and that only has space for 8 vehicles. So there are only 4 taxi companies that are going to be operating on the on-demand taxi rank, and drivers will only be allowed to go into a lane that's allocated to their company. You cannot just drive into any lane anymore. The outer pin has lanes 5 to 11, and the lane at the bottom of the image is lane 11, and that lane is allocated to rideshare companies. Lanes 8, 9, and 10 are allocated to Wellington combined. Lane 7 is for us, for Capital. Lane 6 is allocated to Hutton City, and UrbanLink has lane 5. Now, these lanes will feed into the next 4 lanes in front of it, and this is the inner pen. And each company has their own lane. From there, this is where the airport have changed things up a little bit. Unfortunately, when they gave us the application to apply for the new airport taxi rank system, it wasn't clear exactly what the new operation would look like. And so we applied for a space based on the current system, which is basically first in and first out for everybody, and not the new system that they're implementing where everyone has allocated their own spaces. So, in this new system, the number that you need to remember is 4211. This is where from the inner taxi pen, then onto the feeder lane, there's only a specific amount of vehicles that are allowed to go on from each company. Combined will go first with 4 of their vehicles, followed by UrbanLink with 2 of theirs, 1 from Hutton City, and then 1 from Capital. Then the sequence will start again. Now the feeder lane has space for 12 vehicles, and that means that when the sequence starts again, Combined will be able to fill up from behind with another 4 of their vehicles. And then once they move forward, UrbanLink will follow with 2 of theirs, and then so on and so on. Now if UrbanLink has no vehicles in their lane, then the sequence of 4211 will skip the number 2 since UrbanLink have 2 vehicles in the sequence. So what will happen is that Combined will put in their 4 vehicles, UrbanLink will skip, and then Hutton City will go next with 1 taxi, and then we will put in 1 taxi, and then the sequence will start again with 411 and no 2. So that's the same for any company that does not have vehicles in the sequence. Another example to make it clearer is if Combined have no vehicles in their lanes, then the sequence will skip the 4 and will just be 211. So that'll be UrbanLink, then Hutton City, and then Capital. And then the sequence will start again with UrbanLink, and so on and so on. So if a vehicle from another company turns up in the middle of a sequence, they will have to wait until the sequence starts again before they can jump in. So altogether, we should have room for 24 vehicles on the inner and outer pins, and that's only if everybody packs up closely, mind you, plus 1 on the feeder lane and 1 on the rank. And that's a total of 26 vehicles if all the lanes are full. Now, if there is no room and all the lanes are full, then you'll have to wait until you can get a space to get into the taxi pen. Unfortunately, the airport has not provided a space for us to wait so we can come into the taxi pen, and so we have to come up with our own system to try and make that process easier. Now, from the on-demand taxi stand right up in the front there, the airport has only allowed 8 spaces, and passengers will be able to pick from any of the vehicles that are on there. They don't need to go to the front car. This means that the actual lineup on the on-demand stand will vary, and it will depend on who gets in and who gets out first. Now, the barrier that goes up on the on-demand rank in the front will not open until 6 a.m. This will allow everyone to get set up on the lanes, then onto the feeder lane. Now, remember, this doesn't start until 1st of November 2025, which is in just a few days away. But the airport will have traffic marshals there to direct taxis until everybody gets used to the new system. If anyone has any issues with the new system that they think is important, then please feel free to reach out to us, and we can pass your concerns on to the airport management. So that's it from us for now. Thank you for your time, and as always, stay safe.